For decades, when mysterious bones would turn up or investigators needed help locating remains in a cold case, they've turned to an Augustana archaeologist.
KELOLAND's Angela Kaneki has a look back at some of the mysteries Adrian Hannes has helped solve and those that remain cold to this day.
A lot of people may think it's gory work, but typically by the time Professor Hannes is called out to a potential crime scene, all that's left are bones. He's usually able to determine the age and sometimes the identity of those bones.
The piece is a lower leg bone. It's
just last week, the Minnehaha County coroner called on Augustana archaeologist Adrian Hannes to identify a human bone found along the river by the Egan campground near Flandreau.
It's heavily gnawed, all kinds of critters to get their calcium. It's also very heavily mineralized or perimineralized. These are iron and manganese stains. And so the piece is, has a considerable age to it.
Hannes determined it's at least 300 years old. In the early 80s, he identified ancient bones found by children playing at a Sioux Falls construction site.
Picked up some bones that were coming out of the side of the side of this cut. Took them home, and one of their parents recognized that they had a human jaw or something.
Hannes determined the bones were part of an Indian burial mound. Today, Vista Towers Condominiums sits on top of the site. Other bones identified by Hannes haven't been so old. He assisted in the infamous serial killer case of Robert Leroy Anderson in the 1990s.
And then I was called by the state crime lab to come out and look at these tables full of bones to see if there were any human bones.
Anderson had dug up one of his victims, Larissa Dumansky, from where he had buried her along Lake Vermilion and threw her remains in the river, but he missed some of them.
It turned out that found a couple of digits of hand, found a fetal bone, and she was pregnant at the time, and then actually found a tennis shoe that was mixed in with all these other items with a sock in it, and in the sock were the bones of her foot.
In 1992, Hannes was also called out to this area east of Sioux Falls along the Big Sioux River after Ellabeth Lodemeyer's wallet and checkbook were found here.
I told the investigators at the time that I was somewhat skeptical that the purse would have actually been interred with her.
It's the area where investigators in the cold case continue to search today. Do you believe that Ellabeth Lodemeyer is in that area?
Well, I mean, that's an interesting question. I have my doubts.
Hannes says South Dakota is the only state that doesn't have a physical anthropologist to investigate such cases. Tonight at 10, we bring you our final cold case investigation this month into Dana Adamson, who died of a gunshot wound in Centerville in 2002.
The crime scene tells us that there may have been a struggle, that there may have been something that would, an altercation that may have taken place.
Our investigation, Who Pulled the Trigger, a shooting in a small town, has revealing interviews with now retired investigators in the case, and we hear from Dana Adamson's sister, who made a promise to never stop searching for answers.